Welcome to the Lockout Training Orientation. The objectives of this orientation are 1. To assure that all team members are not injured as a result of sudden, unexpected machine motion or release of energy. 2. To establish requirements for the lockout of potential hazardous energy during service and maintenance of equipment. And 3. That all potential hazardous energy is isolated and locked out prior to team members performing any servicing or maintenance activities. Machines and equipment with potential for unexpected energization, motion, startup, or release of stored energy can cause injury or death. So, it's critically important that all team members and outside contractors who maintain or service this equipment be trained. Lockout is a life-saving rule. Life-saving rules reinforce what team members and contractors must know and do to prevent a serious injury or fatality. The rules are about improving our safety culture and protecting everyone who works at Herman Miller. Life-saving rules help address human issues like fear, complacency, and lack of trust that can stop us from challenging unsafe practices and situations. There are many cases when you're required to lock out equipment when servicing, cleaning, or maintaining equipment. 1. Where unexpected startup could occur. 2. When you're required to remove or bypass a safety device. 3. When entering into a guarded area. 4. When you're exposed to hazardous energy. 5. When you're in an associated danger zone during a machine operating cycle. 6. When unjamming equipment, such as a power press. 7. When replacing equipment components, such as weld tips. And 8. When repairing equipment. There are also a variety of conditions that require lockout, such as SIC scanner, gates and doors that are interlocked, and light curtains. There are many different types of energy sources that may require lockout. Do not overlook any potential source of energy. Many sources of potential energy may not be visible, so lockout instructions must be reviewed prior to starting the task. When performing a lockout, do not use a tag without a lock. A tag must be attached to each lock. There can only be one key per lock. Maintenance or red locks will have locks keyed alike. Only the person who placed the lock can remove it. A hasp must be used when more than one person is required to lock out. All locks are color-coded. Become familiar with these types of lockout or energy isolation devices: blocks or gravity devices, lockable air valves, cord and plug canisters, valve covers, chains or cables. With all procedures, there are exceptions. Not all exceptions can be covered in this video. However, see your work team leader or supervisor if you have any questions. Instructions are posted for each piece of equipment. Lockout instructions must always be read prior to starting the task. Notify affected personnel prior to and upon completion of lockout. Shut down the equipment. Lock out per the written procedure. Close and lock out all energy sources. Apply lock and tag. Keep the key in your personal possession. Verify that stored energy has been released. Ensure the machine cannot start by testing it. Replace the secure guards. Remove locks, hasps, tags, and other devices. Notify affected team members that the lockout work is completed. Always intervene when there is an unsafe working condition present. Always. Yours may be the last opportunity to stop a rule break from becoming an injury or fatality. If the unsafe act persists, or if the violation jeopardizes people's lives, immediately notify the person in charge of the work activity or your direct supervisor. We must create and maintain a culture where we address unsafe acts and situations proactively. We cannot allow unsafe acts to go unaddressed. A lockout review request form must be filled out if there's a deviation from the approved lockout document posted on the equipment and/or machine, or if the document is missing. It's important that Herman Miller live up to its regulatory responsibility. Lockout is a major cause of industrial fatalities and must be taken seriously. If you intentionally violate lockout rules, appropriate disciplinary actions will be taken to avoid future incidents. Annual reviews will be conducted to ensure the effectiveness of the written lockout program. Thank you for viewing this video. If you have any questions, please contact your work team leader or supervisor.